Okay, hello. This is Advent of Code the day after, I guess. I don't know. I'm still working on the title. Um, I used to enjoy doing Advent of Code right at midnight, and I can't anymore. I've just discovered it messes me up way too much. If I were in a different time zone, if I weren't on the same time zone where it's released, that would be a different thing. Um, Unfortunately, I'm on the East Coast and midnight, it just doesn't work for me anymore. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to uh, start it exactly when this says 10:50. So that'll be starting it at 1:10 p.m. and we'll use that to judge my time. And I'm going to code it live. Well, recorded because I don't have enough followers to stream anything on YouTube. But we'll record it here, and yeah, I guess that's it. I could go over my setup a little bit. I generally do Advent of Code 3 times. First in Python, then in uh, then in Go and Haskell. Sometimes I do Haskell first, sometimes I do Golang first. I almost always do Python first because it's fastest for me to get to the solution. Um, okay, I'm just filling time here for this 1 minute to go down, so maybe I will just fast forward this in post. Okay, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, laboratories. Thanks, cephalots. Help. Familiar halls of North. Why did I step on the teleporter? Oh no. Tachyon beam is S. Downward. Splitter, the beam is stopped. S. How many times will the beam, a tachyon beam is split a total of 21 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we are counting the number of caret characters that actually get hit by these vertical bars. Okay. Um, okay. Um, so let's see. Okay. list of strings, right? So, um, okay, so first order of business, find the start. So start is none. Start is x comma y. Remember, x is a row measure, so x will be 0 at the top and 1 going down. Start is at xy. Now I do okay. Packy set equals set of just y. So to start out, I start out at row x. My only tachyon is going to be at horizontal component y. Do that. And row is equal to x. And then for row in um, for row in x range from x to length of data. I jump back and forth between Python and Go, and I forget that I want this. For row in range from x to data, row idx, row equals data bracket row idx. New hacky set for hacky in new hacky set for tacky in existing tacky set. In existing tacky set, if row bracket tacky equals um, actually here, if 0 hacky then we put new tacky set add tacky -1 new tacky set add tacky +1 ants add row idx tacky da, da, else new tacky set add tacky. This probably isn't necessary. This is just in case. This is just in case they don't give me enough. give me enough stuff in the input. Okay, I've gone and I've gotten the input. Okay, and the input, yeah, the input doesn't have anything that scrolls off into the outside, so it's not actually necessary. This part isn't actually necessary, but whatever. Okay, boom, 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 and then tacky set equals new tacky set. Okay, and that should work. Just to test it before I submit it, let's do another thing. Let's get this data. Save it as aoc7.samp.in. Get rid of that because I don't want that there. Okay, and let's try this out. 7.samp.in. Okay, and it returns 0. That is interesting. Okay. So clearly something's going wrong. What do we do here? Row is really. Oh, well, right. That wasn't the actual sample data. The sample data should have been that. Okay. Okay. So, right. Here. Okay. So that's fine. 1656. Yay, right answer. Okay. Here. Fine. Let's save that there. And okay, fine. Okay, let's continue to part 2, but also I had some music in the background. It's vaguely seasonal music, I think, sort of. It's not great, but there aren't a lot of options for great seasonal. I'll put it on later. Let's read this first. Now, beginning fixing the teleporter. You discover it's a classic tachyo, quantum tachyo. Only a single tachyo path is set to the manifold. Takes both the left and right path of each splitter. Each time the part of splitter, it's actually time itself which splits. In one timeline, it went left. In the other timeline, it went right. To fix the manifold, what we really need to know is the number of timelines active after a single particle completes all of its possible journeys through the manifold. In the example above, there are many timelines. For instance, left or it went left and right. Totally different. In this example, in total, the particle ends up in 40 different timelines. Huh. Right. So I think that what I then have to do here, if I read this correctly, is each of these, instead of just having like, is there a tachyon or not, I'm going to, instead of this tachy set, I'm going to have a map from y coordinate to number of things. Um, yeah, answer is not going to be a set at all. I don't care about that anymore. Um, okay, so answer is not that. Um, so what I have tachy world equals dictionary from y to 1. And every time from y to 1. And every time we split, I say -1 equals new tachy set get of tachy -1. Okay. Emol. Not tachy set, tachy world. In tachy world, the items new world equals so new world of tachy -1 is new world. Get at tachy -1, right, plus 0, emol, and then I do the same thing for +1. Paste. Plus, and I don't do that. Else, new world, tachy equals new world dot get of tachy 0 plus tmol. And I'm going to write that out. And I'm going to say here tachy world new world. Sum of tachy world dot values. Okay, now let's try this on our sample input. Yep, works. Okay, that's a lot. I'm glad I do not have to try to figure that all out. That's the right answer. You've completed day 7. Yay! So let's see how I did on my times. Wait, no, it's not stats. What is it? Leaderboards, personal times? So 1327. Okay, so so that's Python down. Now that we know the drill, let's clean up our Python code a little bit. Run black. Check. Okay, fine. That is just me accidentally hitting our own character. Need for new world. Yay. Okay. Run black one more time. That's all good. Okay. Git commit. Sorry. Git status. Git commit -m. Day 7 Python .py. Okay. Let's on to let's do this in Haskell. Okay, so usually, and I think this is going to be the case in Haskell, when I have these problems where the input data is a grid, I tend to implement that in Haskell as a map. Okay. Um, and now I'm going to say, okay, I'm gonna put this down at the bottom just so that it doesn't complain while I'm doing stuff intermediate. So I've got my data lines, and now I want to do a grid. So let grid equal m dot from list. So first, in order to do the Haskell, in order to do the grid, I've got to uh, I've got to match my lines with a bunch of coordinates. And I just do that, I just do all that matching with zip. Um, and this do construct here, I'm just going to be working in the list monad. So do row dx, row idx, row, actually Haskell generally uses camel k. So zip data lines, ex, zip, row, pure, row idx, char idx, There. Okay, didn't have stuff indented enough before. So, oh, here, make it this explicit that those coordinates are ints. We'd probably have something later to force it to int, but okay. So we do that, and then let's see. Do I wanna add I found the state here just at this? Yeah, why not? Okay, so uh, I I could, so I'm debating. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it the simplest way. I'm going to store everything, and then I'm going to search for the start. Um, and yes, I know head is a partial function, but that is, I think that is okay. M dot to list grid. Okay. Yes, it's saying head. Head is a partial function. Yes, I know. It's okay. It's okay. We can do partial functions. It's okay. Um, then, okay, so we have start, and start has an X and a Y, and then let's write our part one. Part one, which takes a map from int to char, and takes a start position and returns a int that is the number of times it was split. Um, and um, the I think that the easiest way to do this is to treat this as um, a function that I'm just going to then fold, that will take a set and a row, and we just fold on down. So we do fold L prime. I want the data.list version of that. Fold L prime. Fold L prime takes the function first, then the start, then the list. Go do row, then the start value, and the start value will be start data dot set qualified s. The start will be s dot y, and the list will be Oh, the list will be all of the data rows, except I don't have data rows anymore. Huh. You know what? This is not good. This is not good. I'm going to say instead that you take in a list of string and you take in s dot empty and what we should then do, we do s dot size, where do row of set and do row takes a and then this takes a grid. Okay, so do row takes a hold on, let's do that for a second. So do row takes a set and a string. So this is tacky set and a row. And then I have new tackies. Okay, so new tackies equals um, equals s if uh, s is in zip 0 row plus um, concat of s minus 1, s plus 1 if, actually let's do t minus 1, t plus 1, t in zip row um, wait, how do I check if something is in a set? This is so stupid. Google set a bool member member t tacky set Actually, concat plus concat parentheses do C in to okay. Let new tackies do row tacky set row. New tackies is that, and that should be the only thing. In s dot from list new tackies. Okay, and actually, you can just take that. E is type int. Oh, actually, yeah, because of the way the list monad works. Okay. Um, that, that, okay. And then let us, yeah, we don't care about all of this at all. And we just do part one data lines. 7. Static run. Is that the correct answer? No. Okay, so we have something going on here, something going wrong. Do roads. Okay, so let's do debug.trace in trace show new tackies. Okay, let's do this on the sample input. Seven. Okay, 7, 7, 6, 8. Five. Okay, and then here we go. Let's go back to number 7. Eight, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, except that I don't need to count that. I need to count the number of times it's split, that's my mistake. I was doing this and I was all caught up in this, and I forgot that it doesn't actually matter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this same thing, but I'm going to run it inside the state monad. And in the state monad, I'm going to keep track of the number of times we split and add that one, and then we'll just do this in the state. So, thank you, debug trace. I don't need you anymore. I'm going to import control dot monad state trans state. Okay. What do I have? If I have run there, run state t. Okay, so okay, except I for controlled monad state qualified as, I know st is a different monad, but whatever. And then I want to do st dot okay, st dot exact state t, and that returns wait, do I just want to do st dot exact state? Exact state, yes, it just returns the state. Okay, so let's do flip exact state 0 fold m fold m 0 okay, fold m fold m fold m. Okay, and now okay, so okay, so but we have to do here, we have to have this be a Right. So instead of that, we have to say do um, let new tackies there. Then um, now the problem with this is that this is an inner list. But that could be okay. Maybe. Um, Actually, let new tackies 1, new tackies 2, new tackies 1. Okay, now that'll be a problem because new tackies 2, right. New tackies 2 becomes an int because this is just a do this, and that I say do this, then. Yeah. Else, okay, so st dot modify prime plus 1. Okay, so okay, this is getting full monad list, monad. Now, so what I want to do is I want to do a monad translator, and I have here this thing, and I want to st.modify, and then pure, oh, okay, so what is the problem? Int. Okay, do row, let me do this. Do row goes from s dot set int string st dot state int set int. as d dot. Okay, you know what? Okay. Uh, Clearly it's not working to wrap this list in a, yeah. I don't know quite what to do here, but I'm going to instead do a map M. Or M, yeah, or M. Mackie set. Okay. I don't know how to get that to work otherwise, but that should work. That should work just fine. And let us try it on the sample one. Sample one says 21, and the full one says that, which is exactly what it should, right? Let's double check. Yep. Okay, and now the part two for Haskell. Sorry the Haskell took so long. But for part two, it's basically converting the whole thing into same thing, but now do a map. So let's bring back that import data.map qualified as M. Right. M, and now we do the same thing, except that we do here tackies 1, and we do here, we hold in an empty map. Okay, and actually here, we don't actually need the whole state thing. So we can go back to what we had before with fold L prime. Okay, so let me do that. So after we get our map, we'll want to do the sum of the values. So sum m dot what is it? It's not m dot lms. It's not m dot lms is, yeah, no, it is m dot lms. M dot lms gives you the values. Sum m dot lms fold L prime. Now I want the data list m prime of do row m dot empty grid, and then this can just do that. We can get rid of all of this stupid things. Part two. Okay, and then this goes from a, yeah, map int int int. Okay, so new tackies 1 becomes s dot 1. And it's not pure because we don't need pure anymore. Okay, and then this becomes new tackies 2. New tackies 2, we just delete this. And this becomes well, heck, I'll just do flip map. Map. Then what do I have? Okay, so m dot toList tacky set, and this becomes tacky comma mult. You know, with the tackiness and the multiplicity. And this will become from list with, and then okay. E comma mult C, and that's all we should need. Okay. Man, there's sometimes, you know, I like Haskell, but also sometimes it's just not worth it. Okay, there you go. Man, that took way too long. So indent, and then get status, get add sc7.hs, get commit -m day 7 Haskell. Okay, now time for golang. If you're still with me, that's impressive. If you've just jumped ahead to where we had golang, I don't blame you, because that Haskell was a slog. And it was mostly me trying to be clever and saying, oh, I can just skip around here and like just mix monads right and left. And monad transformers are fun, but yeah, they're sometimes a bit much. Okay, but we now have the Haskell done, and I like it. It's pretty short. It's pretty straightforward. All of these days have been pretty short. I'm a little worried that, you know, what's it going to be like here the last several days as Eric amps up the difficulty. But here we go, season 7. Oh, and I never put on any music in the background, so you had to listen to all of that and listen to the silence. I'm sorry. That's okay. The music I have isn't great. So, um, okay, so are these okay? Yeah, these are fine. Why not? Um, okay, so actually in Golang, I think this will be uh, part one and part two will be very similar to each other. So let's do tackies, make map from int. I mean, here, fine. We'll make it from a map from int to bool because Go doesn't have a set type. That's what you use in Go instead of a set. And then we will have ants, uint 64 of 0, return ants. Okay, and then for row range data for x ch range row switch. Okay. New tackies. Switch. Case dot. If tackies bracket idx tackies brackets new tackies true. Case caret. Does Go need the break? No, I did not. Okay. If let's see, new tackies 1, new tackies +1, true, ants plus. Case s, new tackies ex. See, and I'm pretty sure that that is part one. Let's find out. Yep, it was that easy. Okay, lesson. Next time, do Go as the second language because it's just going to be so fast. Okay, make int. This time we do an int map. And new tackies is map int. Yeah. So on S, we just say that that's 1. And here we say this bracket x. And we don't have to actually do an if there. Okay, there we do all of that. Taking advantage of the fact that in Go, a new map, if you ask for something it doesn't have, it just gives you 0. Okay, and then ants is not this. We internalize for okay. Actually, let's just, you know what? We're just going to make this uint64 the whole way. There. Yep, and I'm pretty sure that's right. Yep. Okay. So, man, what did that take me? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Oh, man. Oh, whoops. Git. Fix that day 7 to include the high package. Git add golang. Git status. Okay, now git yeah, all the Go partisans are saying, see, Golang is so easy and so obviously correct, and it's so fast, and I gotta admit, the evidence is right there. Okay, well, and we didn't actually do any music today. I hope you didn't mind. I might try to mix in some music later. Okay, that's been day 7.